Because my soul is deep, I take full responsibility. Give me everything, it hurts, it's so beautiful. It's that universal, soulful, multicultural, emerging worldwide pride, people. I'm alive in Los Angeles, I'm alive in Los Angeles, I'm alive in Los Angeles, where there are more angles than isosceles. Citywide topographies undulate across massive landscape. We move from chain link to palatial gates into separate economic states, with rising birth rates below hilltops in the streetscapes. One can barely even equivocate the fluctuations in rent so evident all across, from block to block to block. Extravagance and adversity interlock. Palatial spots, crosswalks, burrito shops. Housekeepers are hanging out at bus stops. The country club is all walled off. The city's blown up like a Molotov. And even when I'm in the shower, I'm hearing the horns honk. I'm alive in Los Angeles. I'm alive in Los Angeles.
I'm alive in Los Angeles, feeling the cool bliss wind on my face as it relates to the figure 8 at the Universal Gate. Third world pockets and first world nations, LA's got me gasped like a station. Spellbound suspense like a transcendental episode from the Twilight Zone with real life overtones. Nothing short of Pulp Fiction. These dictions of the Golden State that we relate caused me to wake up this morning with a clean slate, a full plate. Wait, it's never too late to meditate. Took a leap of faith over the bridge of hope. I can cope with stress, it's a bloody mess I confess, yielding darkness to darkness. More or less we coalesce, darker thoughts, the brighter days. It's how we survive like a cat with 9 lives.
I'm alive in Los Angeles, and whether I listen to Miles Davis or electronic music, I'm moving through the traffic, loving the inner city dynamics. There is mid-city magic, from happiness to tragic, adversity to extravagance, like seeing Korean grandparents moving slowly while the Catholic school children are crossing fearlessly. I saw a stray dog that looked like Spuds McKenzie by the Belmont Tunnel on 2nd Street, live and direct in the Rampart District. And I am alive in Los Angeles. I'm alive in Los Angeles. I'm alive in Los Angeles, where futuristic, ballistic mystics kick linguistics with diction descriptive. Radioactive paratactics are cracking massive, mixed master tactics, dictating didactic. The groove is grooving galactic. It's bringing you back, kid, like a chiropractic doctor. Verbalistic operas rock you, shock you off the stream of consciousness. When I'm alive in Los Angeles, I'm alive in Los Angeles. 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 Take a short walk with me into the world of fashion. Vogue, cosmopolitan, Mademoiselle. Peasant wear, handcrafted couture. Joie, Jaja, fashion faux pas. 40-something mamas charge cards. They charge large from Prada to Bogota. Versace to Liberace, Maharishi to Cavarici, Zenith to Zeitgeist, Cashmere to Fleece, Park Avenue to the swap meet. Look-alike couples and fashionistas come rolling in like supermodels. I know you've seen them, spoiled kids, coddled, holding a little ass dog. Drama queens, fashion magazines, your grill on the big screen. Paparazzi people are blinded by Bizarro, worshipping a world built by the barrio. And the quest for power makes people ugly. Ruthless ambition guided by social climbing and profit margins. Greedy values strip people of their soulfulness, creating zombies Hypocrites with an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Some people get a little clout and forget where they came from. These are the kind of people that are gonna make a mess and then ask you to clean it up. Kinda like the wealthy that wants to look like the proletariat. Old styles once worthless, always resurface. And the world of fashion is populated by pretenders afraid to know themselves. In the city of fantasy, too many ignore reality. It's easy when you can hop into your SUV under palm trees. But not everyone is a celebrity. For every VIP, there's at least 2 or 3 that feed the children or pick up the dry cleaning.
Shabby chic, a look for less, God bless. Shabby chic, a look for less, God bless.
They're the fabulous fashionistas, zipper zapatistas, celebrity sandinistas, Topanga Trustafarians are sipping soy milk in the canyon. Cocaine, caffeine, wheatgrass, ginseng, royal jelly, echinacea, Red Bull. The world has been thrusted into turbo and people are losing their souls, turning to chemicals. Bourgeois bohemians drinking espresso turn their nose up at the ghetto but wanna be ghetto fabulous at Fred Siegel. Is it irony? Hypocrisy? How about gluttony? How much food can a fat man eat? They aspire to acquire. It's a culture based on desire. The desire to inspire and share got replaced with bad hair, greed and vanity. The 7 deadly sins of humanity. The blurring of fantasy and reality. $7,000 shopping sprees and landscapes of Disney. Get your $500 jeans across the street from starving families. The emperor wears no clothes. They call them thrift stores off of Highland and vintage down on Melrose. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes and join in celebration of skin, sin, and hedonism. Live from the Playboy Mansion, people are dancing, but I tell you, the emperor wears no clothes.
The emperor wears no clothes, don't you know? No.
Carmel conifers amidst cliffside cabins, moist mist in Monterey, palatial patterns in Pacific Grove, such serene serendipity in the Central Coast, smoky cottages in Santa Cruz, Bixby Creek Bridge in Big Sur alongside Cali's Coast Highway, peppered with pampas grass, stoned carved canyons, cascades, seaside coves, curving across ragged points, perplexing passengers' Polaroids as lopsided landslide rock tides ravage roadside roamers. Racing, raining, El Nino, cold camping chinos capture condensation for further frolicking through foggy forests. Erosive forces are crushing concrete embankments, evoking existential exits earnestly. Emergency, rhythmically pounding seas surrounding me methodically in massive maritime motion. Pontificating passing the Pacific Ocean. Pontificating passing the Pacific Ocean. Massive maritime motion. Hooray for Hollywood, that's entertainment. This Hollywood the industry and Hollywood the neighborhood. One word conjures up endless implications in the furthest reaches of your imagination, ranging from sleazy city blocks to Fortune 500 corporations, titillating images in the lost generation. One-hit wonders and B-movie actors, personal assistants and executive mistresses, stuntmen and kung fu fighters, fly-by-nighters and vampires. Liar, liar, you won't find your church choir in Hollywood. But on late nights you might see a Mr. T lookalike at Popeye's Chicken. Rock and roll gypsies kick it at the whiskey. Hollywood's underbelly is populated by 2-bit hustlers, pimps, and runaway gutter punks. Most of the residents of the real Hollywood are invisible immigrants living in Thai town and Little Armenia amidst sweet and sour carne asada, fried rice and falafels, tattoo parlors, strip clubs and wig shops. From well-written plots to seductive sex pots, apartment blocks to mansion hilltops. Connect the dots, it all spells Hollywood. Hooray for Hollywood. Young actors hang in the bars off Cahuenga. Shot callers and executives live up in the hills off of Mulholland. Blue-collar teamsters run behind the scenes. Harley Davidsons, flannels, and jeans. Come to where everybody's a producer, and the only thing that matters is who's hot and who's not. Status shots, portfolio, perpetrating ego. Quest for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Work those angles and you just might get yours. But be sure to bring the tools of the trade. Headshots, screenplay, and a resume. Not everybody does it for the craft. You can maintain your integrity or lose your identity. And when you get to the crossroads, hang on to your soul amidst the groupies, cocaine and rock and roll. James Dean and Marilyn Monroe, Jimi Hendrix and Mae West, Frank Sinatra to Dorothy Dandridge, Raging Bulls to Easy Riders, Rudolph Valentino to Leonardo DiCaprio. On the Walk of Fame, there are too many names between those who succeeded and suffered in vain. Hollywood created Vegas and the people matched the furniture. Narcissistic stars, floss cars amidst the glamour and glitz of the Sunset Strip. Hollywood extends far beyond its physical districts. Worldwide, from Harry Potter to The Godfather. Hollywood is an umbrella unto itself. The sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Rossmore becomes Vine, and on some days you can see the Hollywood sign. And if you drive through Hollywood, you'll see bright lights above transvestites, celebrities eating outside, grifters looking glassy-eyed. Heaven and hell collide. It's one hell of a ride. Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore. We're revisiting Hollywood lore with a whole new twist. Cecil B. DeMille wouldn't know what hit him. Hollywood's world of entertainment is the American dream's ultimate painting. It's both brilliant and tragic, like Michael Jackson. Hollywood is a myth built of madness and magic, and if you connect the dots, it all spells Hollywood. Emerging superstars of the new American avant-garde. The emerging superstars of the new American avant-garde are visionary vanguards, bringing head charge, questing for satori through art, music, and poetry. I've seen the best minds of my generation. I've seen the best minds of my generation kicking glorious incantations, retracing the birth of the American avant-garde, back to the days of playing bebop jazz at the Village Vanguard. Saxophone riffs by Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, Coleman Hawkins. The jazz was loud and the horn shroud in the nocturnal now. Searching for the truth in a zoot suit or singing the blues like Lady Day. And now I'm alive kicking jive like Cab Calloway. I've seen the best minds of my generation. It hurts, it's so beautiful. It's that universal, soulful, multicultural, emerging worldwide tribe people. Creating art in Warhol's factory. To Ginsberg howling in North Beach. To the hipsters of Harlem and Haight-Ashbury, dancing to Afro-Latin salsa, or meditating to Zen bodhisattvas, or levitating into space with Sun Ra. And now I make the consonants crack like Jack Kerouac. I've seen the best minds of my generation, from Basquiat to Coldwater Flats. Don't you worry about a thing, cause John, I'm only dancing to the beats of this beat generation. Beats, 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 all I'm hearing is beats. The beat box, the beat don't stop. The new beat generation pops, rocks and locks. The jungle, drum and bass, hip hop. Afro beat, house music, reveling in the breakbeat. I've seen the best minds of my generation dancing feverishly to the cosmic tunes of Jamiroquai, rocking out to Ronnie Size, soaking up the Radiohead vibe. Lovers are kissing through the soothing sounds of Jill Scott. Got people playing mental hopscotch like Horace Tapscott, making the mic hot like Gil Scott Heron, dropping word bombs. The south side of Chicago belongs to Common, like I love Badu, Bjork, and The Roots. Nothing matters but the music, euphoric horns from Fela Kuti. I've seen the best minds of my generation. I've seen the best minds of my generation kicking glorious incantations like Saul Williams' coded language. It's the rebirth of bop, bringing rhapsodic odes, poems, prose, flows. We celebrating word religion, Indo-fusion, Indo-futurism, global cosmic inclusiveness, planetary humanism, world music, universal consciousness, streets, science, outer space, elevation, funk breaks, drum and bass, retro, futuro, sound so true that all you can do is smile and nod your head. Poetic, acoustic, acoustic poetics, electric, eclectic, 4 hero to Cody Chestnut, London, Philly, New York, Los Angeles, Detroit, Atlanta, Tokyo, the Fader, Herb, Tokion, and bedroom producers like DJ Shadow got me yelling Walt Whitman poems out the window. I've seen the best minds of my generation. Late night, I'm getting hyped to the White Stripes. On a bad day, give me some Coldplay. We live in a beautiful world. I married a beautiful girl. I've seen the best minds of my generation. I've seen the best minds of my generation kicking glorious incantations. The emerging superstars of the new American avant-garde are visionary vanguards, bringing head charge, questing for satori through art, music, and poetry. I've seen the best minds of my generation. The soundtrack is that bombastic fat-ish. Stacks of wax give rise to that. I've seen the best minds of my generation. Is it the sunshine or the catastrophes, flash floods or the traffic? Something about Los Angeles makes music, makes magic. The muse of Los Angeles makes artists get active. Behold the lore of LA authors, behold who's rocking the populace in the postmodern metropolis. LA authors. Starting with Charles Fletcher Loomis, sunshine looms large in literary Los Angeles. From the myth of Ramona, Pueblos, California ranchos, orange groves, and the Arroyo Seco, expatriate artists of the 1890s brought the first sunshine wave of LA authors. Boosters blew the trumpets on the Golden State's landscape. Sun for 300 days, a cure for old age, find the fountain of youth in Los Angeles. Hyped up pamphlets let the world know, the land of the sunshine, the new Eden. It was manifest destiny. But it wasn't heaven for everybody. Besides the boosters, there was debunkers, socialists, expatriate poets, leftist screenwriters, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Louis Ademic, and Jake Zetland. Nathaniel West was one of the best. The city in flames in the day of the locust. The underground intelligentsia of artists and authors lived in Echo Park bungalows. McCarthy called it Red Hill. Sinclair yelled, "Oil!" Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold. Chandler and Kane were kings of writing noir detective novels in the lost streets of Bunker Hill, where Fonte celebrates staircase fire escapes and lost love. And long before Rodney King, there was the Zoot Suit riots. The LAPD and Navy fools fought with the Pachucos in the Sleepy Lagoon. Carrie McWilliams knew the deal. It was fire factories in the fields. Palm trees are swaying in the wind as the sunset begins. It's twilight on Franklin, and what makes Sammy run? Is it the architectural illusion? Hollywood tycoons in the American dream? Robinson Jeffers and Langston Hughes? If he hollers, let him go. Get your jazz on Central Avenue. Ray Bradbury wrote Martian Chronicles. L. Ron Hubbard wrote science fiction into Scientology. And Charles Bukowski, staying in single room occupancies, wrote sublime poetry about the plight of the modern man with a beer can in his hands. Venice beats off of Abbott Kinney. And every time I'm in Venice, Jim Morrison speaks to me. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold. Rocking like rockabilly car clubs, the Carpenters, the Beach Boys, Grease, disco, and roller skating. Singer-songwriters in Laurel Canyon like James Taylor and Joni Mitchell sang the real deal in the Hollywood Hills, basking above Babylon and hedonism before hippie folk maidens became pop rock musicians. And now we rock in the Rainbow Room like Led Zeppelin, selling platinum, Radio Free Hollywood, Hotel California, the Doobie Brothers. Play that funky music, white boy. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold. Bret Easton Ellis tells us about gilded youth snorting white rails in Beverly Hills. Less Than Zero. Walter Mosley and Easy Rollins. The Devil in the Blue Dress and Little Richard. Barry White grew up near Willowbrook. Motown came out west with the Jacksons and Lewis McAdams. Doug Miles, he wrote The Birth of the Cool. James Elroy kept LA confidential like the Black Dahlia to Gabriel Garcia Marquez magical realism. Hunter S. Thompson's new journalism. We're south of no north in the city of courts. Reeling in the years in the ecology of fear. Mike Davis and magical urbanism hit like Joan Didion's White Album. Thomas Pynchon to Luis Rodriguez, Linnell George to Ruben Martinez, Wanda Coleman to Exene Cervenka. Check out the LA sound selectors. Punk, rock, pop, underground poets, urban planners, Klein, Soja, Jello Biafra, Rollins, Ellen Mabey. Spoken word artists got trailblazing. Paul Vangelista, John Thomas, Lawrence Lipton and the Holy Barbarians, Stuart Perkoff, and words are raising roofs like Poetic, Some Mike and Dim Lights, Beyond Baroque. Ginsberg out naked, folks, and welcome to the West Coast Poetry and Jazz Festival. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold. The truth is stranger than fiction. It's surreal living in these conditions. William Gibson, science fiction, cyberpunks on super expressways, ghetto bird copters every day. Hollywood loves the apocalypse. The coast is toast. Earthquakes, flash floods, El Nino, Armageddon, busted bridges. Waves are crashing on the edge of the continent. The city in flames, or is it another day in paradise? Is it sunshine or noir, Baywatch or Blade Runner? Stay tuned for another long, hot summer. Santa Ana warm winds keep blowing, creative juices keep flowing, and the list of our LA authors keeps growing. LA authors making music loud like Sunset Strip, rock and roll to soul. Doors, Van Halen, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Ice Cube, NWA, Dr. Dre, Pharcyde, Snoop Dogg, Freestyle Fellowship, hip-hop, metal, bedroom producers, turntablists, and poets. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold who's rocking the populace in the postmodern metropolis. LA authors. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold the lore of LA authors. Behold. Pop, popular culture, paparazzi, popular operas, MTV. Longevity is fleeting in the age of icon backlash. Gossip moves so fast that stars are born and die in the blink of an eye. From Baywatch to Blade Runner, Alter Glamour, Weekends at the Hamptons, Jehovah, Britney Spears, Forward Fashion, Dolce & Gabbana, P. Diddy, Napster, In Sync with Michael Jackson, Nelly, Ben Stiller, Mark Wahlberg, Snoop Dogg, pop music, pop music, pop, popular culture, paparazzi, popular operas, MTV. Longevity is fleeting in the age of icon backlash. Gossip moves so fast that images are created and destroyed by a mouse's click. Lightning quick conglomerates send out press releases over the internet. Just ask Billy Clinton. It's a Jerry Springerization of world culture. Spectacle, tabloid television, ultimate fighting championships. Like internet startups that crash, new names appear in a flash. Longevity is fleeting in the age of icon backlash. Whatever happened to Kato Caitlin? It's like the Blair Witch Project, the Cash Money Click, Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst, Chocolate Starfish, J-Lo, Cisco, Incubus, Ricky Martin, DMX, Ludacris. The names keep rolling. It's superstardom, multimedia, multi-platinum, and in 2 years there'll be a whole new batch of them. Longevity is fleeting in the age of icon backlash. In the pursuit of fame and fortune, for many the glory is more important. Pop, popular culture, paparazzi, popular operas, MTV. Longevity is fleeting in the age of icon backlash. Who's got what it takes to last? Density entwines webs of parallel existence thick in the heart of the inner city. And Parallel webs of existence mixed thick in the dense mosaic, and endless characters coexist on the long list. Students, socialists, tourists, fundamentalists, sadomasochists, actresses, pimps, press agents, company presidents, lesbians are burning incense. There's endless residents. Screenwriters, fly-by-nighters, gamblers, grifters, so many scene shifters, hustlers, housewives, shoplifters, quick cash seekers, judicial readers, attendants are checking parking meters, bums are drinking liters, old men are wearing wife beaters. These are the comical leaders of urban fable, sharing the air in the beautiful built environment we call Los Angeles. Density entwines webs of parallel existence thick in the heart of the inner city. From west side wood rats to old folks crossing Fairfax, you got the drive-through check cash, the lakeside spatial mismatch making Clover Green crossbacks. The multicultural people mass keeps inching along urban arteries into inner city density. Inner city density. Inner city density is congesting mid-city karaoke's around Alvarado fake IDs. It's 39 cents at Mickey D's. The bus benches fronting Frosty's freeze. I'm seeing Washington, Socrates bicycling Iona Creek into Venice Beach. This is density. Density entwines webs of parallel existence thick in the heart of the inner city. Bouncing back, Banana Bungalow, Pigeon Point, Pescadero, achieving archipelagos past the Palisade Fern Grottos. As the panoramic fronds of palms are calming Tom Collins, whose sunset strip sipping as the neon super semiotics is punctuating the power of place in this distinctive social space you call your own home. Deciphering diction in the landscape vernacular, density entwines webs of parallel existence thick in the heart of the inner city. Density entwines webs of parallel existence thick in the heart of the inner city, bringing you back in the dense mosaic. Density, 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 density.
Heard a last call and footfall outside my windows. Contemplating what I was needing was never enough. I've got dreams to remember and it's so damn tough. Density entwines webs of parallel existence perpendicular to those situations. I'm feeling sensations along the spine. It's time to hear DJDave rhyme. On a corner of Venice and Pacific, I do it and don't need to be that specific, because just the other day I heard horns honk. Had to get out of myself to say density, 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 density. How must we vent to let go of what we need to do? I feel free, so I'm gonna tell you. Density, density, density entwines webs of parallel existence perpendicular to that situation. The ultimate dance between man, woman, creation, creation, creation.
The ultimate recipe for transcendental therapy lies between the syllables, so we make meaning a miracle. Journalizing the audio, video, visual, visceral serial to bring you massive mind material. Exude life's ethereal octaves and aerial gateways that move from San Jose to Uruguay. Every single day display that baritone breakaway wordplay that is classic like Cab Calloway off of Broadway, or saying farewell like Ernest Hemingway in a Paris cafe. Mike the Poet, DJDave, and Philharmonic.
Philharmonic ebonics for what unfolds, opening bold breakthroughs. The ultimate recipe for transcendental therapy rise between the syllable, making meaning a miracle. We on a soul patrol, for whom the bells toll. Souls patrol to the merchants of making backbone slide. I dream the dream for the dispossessed, as well as those who live in the houses on the hill with jets. Whatever makes you happy, I ask that you do, for the laws of nature are true. Like we made Westwood Paris with Jake. And these are the breaks. Rooftops, poetic windscape. In the nocturnal now, you can ask when, why, where, how, cause it's sacred to be naked to falling stars of wonder like Stevie, Seaweed, and harmony like 555 soul. 7 times told in a boom bap. Hand slap, slap dap, because it's like that. That's the way it goes down. Ultimate recipe for transcendental therapy lies between the syllable.
The 5%ers are commiserating, making haste slowly between the immediate urgency. Productivity is the focus. Attacking locusts set their sights on fields of further constellations. The view scope is facing ahead for what unfolds. And what unfolds is opening bold breakthroughs getting eclipsed by the cacophonic crisp kick catapulting Kierkegaard. Kiss the crowd, the jazz is loud and the horn shroud and the nocturnal now.
Doing what we got to do, we're gonna get to everything that's in between me and you. Gonna do what we have to do to get through between me and you.
Translating
internationally,
we're south of the
Tehachapies,
more powerful than a
catastrophe,
with echo activity that happens to be more bohemian than
Rhapsody, 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 Rhapsody. I'm feeling sensations along the spine. It's time to hear DJDave rhyme, 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 rhyme.
DJDave, DJDave. Westwood, 1995. Me and Mike were getting live over a track, and then everything went black. Next day, he would call me to say that we could sway on our way uptown, find a new spot to put it down. Over the next year, we lived at 510 number 9 Landfair, made plans there. We enjoyed the waning college fanfare, and some nights we listened to Raekwon until the way dawn. Scene 2, West LA, on Beloit Avenue. Finished school, wasn't quite sure what to do. Phil Martin rolled through and stayed for about 6 months, seed planting for a new era of art and expansion. The same 2 cats I lived with back then are still friends, trying to get ends and trying to make sense of life in the city. Sometimes it's tricky, sometimes it's cool, but I remember back when we was in school. The style's more refined now, but it's funny when you rewind how you see that early energy. It had a birthplace, the first place may never be found, but I remember how we used to put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down.
Time to get props, kid, cause now I'm older.
LA love and war. People want to settle the score between the haves and the have-nots, country clubs and the crooked cops, Range Rovers and the bus stops. LA love and war. What are we fighting for? Inner city Salvadorans have seen civil war like in Israel. Resentment is real and everybody wants a better deal. Shotgun blasts in the battle for cash. Have you seen the Fast and the Furious? Interracial lovers and racist gangsters crystallize vibes on street corners, making love and making war. Check the mythical folklore. The news is talking about race wars in Compton, Zoot Suit riots, Watson, Rodney King, Santa Ana winds and earthquakes. In every way the city shakes. Life in the Golden State got people on the make. And check the landscape, your social class defines your public space. It's a geography of rage. We live in a built environment, built for retirement, populated by Anglo-geriatrics and job dispersion. Economic shifts in immigration, unemployment and inflation. It's both ecstasy and frustration. Afro-Asian Latinization, our kids and bohemians, and the fusion of multicultural unions produces beautiful children. And the neighborhoods blend like a DJ mixing records. West Adams, Country Club Park, Koreatown, the Rampart, East Hollywood, Echo Park. Gang sweeps in North Long Beach. The beats matches, buildings blend, socioeconomics, mansions, housing projects, skyscraper crack houses. Citizens mix like jambalaya. It's no coincidence, City Hall is shaped like a phallic symbol. Parking tickets and taxes sodomize citizens with no lubrication, and it's mostly the poor ones. Immigrants come to California looking for gold, but end up on Western. Everybody wants the American dream. Come to California and get your cash cream. Cash rules everything around me. Rampart cops are selling drugs for profit, sleeping with hookers on the clock. This is where the angels got lost, and you wonder why everybody is so pissed off. LA love and war.
Accidents and protests, breaking news and shopping fest, LA love and war. The natives confess it. Stop corners, stop traffic stoplights, where we spit, speed, stop corner, traffic exhaust, cause we all exhausted. Money gets spent in more ways than you can imagine. The pageantry of the dispossessed means it's a mess, from Hollywood to gangland fights to downtown late at night. Only in LA does most everybody know Mercury and retrograde put cell phones on craze. Waves of fantasy dangles like the waves of the flesh, become a maze of secrets. The days of our lives is trying to get her to look into your eyes. The ties that forever bind, while Silicon Valley keeps the old young. I thought it was the sun, what dreams may come. I thought it was the sun in the beach, now I realize it's the ones who reach for the stars in the Hollywood hills. How many actors do you know that 10 bar? I know that's obvious, true, but the obvious in LA makes it a city of cliches, like it's a city of views, quietly becoming a city of the abused. LA's train of thought is the subway and the underground. Check out the spots where they forward to new etymologies of sound. Love makes it go round. Yo, Mike, remember on another midday drive where the Disney Music Hall shimmers silver, glint golden, sunshine to war, the future renaissance. What are we fighting for? LA love and war.
LA love and war. People want to settle the score between the haves and the have-nots. Country clubs and the crooked cops, Range Rovers and the bus stops. LA love and war. Rainbow coalitions become broken rainbows. Snipers on rooftops, ghetto copters on the simulcast. Newsflash, don't slip on the broken glass. The citizens are on the attack, taking the city back. The soundtrack is gangsta rap. Simon Says get the buck up. Kinko's is across from Starbucks. Ice Cube to Mitchell Crooks. Reginald Denny to Tupac. A bottle of juice is no excuse, the truth hurts. Korean liquor stores, crack whores, drug wars, interracial lovers and racist gangsters. Crystallized vibes on street corners. The fluorescent fires are burning bright flames, making babies and making graves. Flames from the 92 rifles so bright they could be seen from outer space. That's how hot it gets in this place. LA love and war. Now, as aware citizens, we need tolerance and compassion. Recognize your blessings and stop fighting. All this brewing energy should be used for building, because broken rainbows can become bridges. And if you are alive in Los Angeles, then organize your personal ish is rightly burning, because we are the difference and the world is turning. If you are alive in Los Angeles, then organize your personal ish is rightly burning, because you are the difference and the world is turning. LA love and war. People want to settle the score between the haves and the have-nots. Country clubs and the crooked cops, Range Rovers and the bus stops. LA love and war. We don't need to fight no more. Sound Lessons, Poetry Lounge, Root Down, Wyatt Case, DJ Dusk, Dakar, Holland Mason, Philharmonic, DJDave, Whitman, Venice, Los Angeles, Koreatown. We getting down all across the city. Temple Bar, Zanzibar, Superstars. How many nights we gonna get loose? It's the truth, getting loose in the city of angels. Los Angeles club culture's burning like a firecracker. People are loving the euphoria. Sweat is pouring, people bouncing. Ladies' scent lingers on body movement. Nothing matters but the music. People are losing their sorrows, dancing till tomorrow. Strobe lights sparkle over the ghetto glamours. All-stars, educated partiers, Renaissance artists, turntablists, word sages, actors, graphic designers, musicians, dancers, poets, promoters. Crews of club kids are in the multicultural mix. It's like fried chicken and chopsticks. That Los Angeles hot-ish. We got it in the postmodern metropolis. We rockin' the populace. People are dancing. These are dancing times.
I walked out of myself across the floor, feeling the bass bounce against the boards. The dancing body of the mind gave way to the intersection of the times. Sachet and hemlines, marijuana eyes, promised thighs, hooked in addiction while the DJ turned tables on white labels. Breaking news fables between the new age and creation. Audio-visual sensation, strobe light fantasies, video walls in more rooms than two honeys can attach. Check the mismatch, electronic bass, polyrhythm fat. Nothing matters but the music. Don't abuse it, use it. People are dancing. These are dancing times.
These are dancing times. People are dancing while the music blasts. Ladies move fast. Boom, crash in a flash. Club culture's a crazy spectacle, and everyone is dressed to kill in shiny material. Hip-hop, dreadlocks, tank tops, sweaty bras, skin showing off its hot. You got every race, gays, straights, multicolors, metal eyelashes, transvestites, transsexuals, and all the beautiful people. While strobe light visuals shining for sensual stimulation, the DJ is playing sound creations, and the new generation is finding salvation by dancing. These are dancing times.
L.A. 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 I know you wanna move, so let yourself move with the groove. I know you wanna move, so let yourself move with the groove. L.A. L.A. I know you wanna move, let yourself move the groove. I know you wanna dance, let yourself enhance. L.A. I know you wanna move, so let yourself move to the groove. We stepping out tonight, so you got to do things that soon. Move, L.A. Move, L.A. I know you wanna move, so let yourself move to the groove. We stepping out tonight, so you got to do things that suit. L.A. I know you wanna move, let yourself move to the groove. Stepping out tonight, you got to do things that suit. I know you